Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Amagyanatimirandam. Amagyanatimirandasya Jnanasalakaya Chakkhurunamilitanjena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Thapitam Jana Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavaram Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Silaitam Savisakhambitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarivasya Kurpa Sindhuveva Cha Patitanam Pavanabhya Vaishnavya Namo Nama Namo Viṣṇupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paśyata Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna. So today as the Nrsimha Chaturdasi is near approaching on 30th of this month April. So let us discuss about these glories of Nrsimha Dev, also the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. So usually the Lord activities and talking about Lord is very auspicious itself. He said that by talking of Lord is very, very auspicious. Aniya charitani sa kitta kirda kridanartham vivarsiha tair amrita suchaloko muda gayanti jasaha. So to enjoy your pastime, you manifest yourself in various forms, this material world. This incarnation cleanses away all the unhappiness of those who joyfully chant your glories. So this is very important point. These incarnations cleanse away all the unhappiness those who joyfully chant your glories. So the whole idea of incarnation, the Krishna comes as a different incarnation, manifold incarnation. Asankhai Avatara Hari. Avatara means who descends from the spiritual world. Rama, the Murti Sikalani Manatistam, Rama, Narsinga, so many avatars, countless. So one of them also Narsingha avatar. So he descends to the earth and engage in pastime to awakening our Krishna consciousness. So therefore the pastime is not only very important for the living entity, also it will cleanse away all the unhappiness and who joyfully chant or hear the glories of the Lord. Therefore it is said that who is this person who will not hear the glories of the Lord? Lord glories is so wonderful. Who will, who will resist of hearing this? There's a beautiful verse. It says that who will, other than the human being, there's a beautiful verses in he say that who is this person who will be registered? Ko, he said that ko namaloke puruṣasyeha sarvit pura kathanam bhagavat katha sudam. So here it is said that who the other than one who is not a human being can exist in the world and not be interested in the ultimate goal of life. Who can refuse the nectar of narration about the personality of Godhead activities, which by itself can deliver one from material pangs. So how important to hear about the Lord pastime. See, celebrating Nrsimha Chaturdasi is not a mere sentiment for one day. One should tune our consciousness. One should understand why I am celebrating this. It's not about the fasting and feasting. Therefore, so hearing the personality of Godhead activities is very important. Why? Because it's awakening our Krishna consciousness. It depends our Krishna consciousness. It made us to remember Krishna. And remembering the Lord is so good, so auspicious. It will deliver one from all kind of material pangs. He say that Avasriti Krishna Padararavinda. The beautiful verses. He says that Avasmriti Krishna Padararavinda Hinoti Abhadrani cha Santunati Satyasya Suddham Paramatma Bhaktim Jnanascha Vijnana Viraga Juktam. Constant remembrance of the Lord Krishna lotus feet destroys everything inauspicious, award greatest good fortune. It purifies the heart, bestows devotion for Supreme Soul, along with knowledge, enriched with realization and renunciation. So this is the benefit of remembering Krishna. So therefore the incarnation comes and we celebrate that incarnation like Ram Navami, Narsingha Chaturdashi, Gaura Purnima, Janmashtami. Why? Because it awakening Krishna consciousness. It causes us to remember Krishna, and remembering Krishna is so auspicious. Say it's so it purifies us. It brings good fortune and it delivers us from the material pang. So therefore one should always hear who is that person who will not be interested for the ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is to hear this narration and go back to Godhead. Therefore, today we are going to hear about this teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. So, Prahlāda Mahārāja is a great devotee. So, particularly when the narration is not only Narsingha but also is devotee is also involved, it is more realizable. It is stated in one of the verses, I forgot. He say that in 7th canto only, Parikshit Maharaj say that when the narration include the devotees also, it is more. I'll try to find out this verse. I think 5 or 6 somewhere. In the beginning, he say that yes, 715. Sri Shiva Sadhu Prishtam Maharaja Haresh Charitam Adbhutam Yad Bhāgavatam Mahatmayam Bhagavata Bhakti Vardhanam. So what a wonderful verses. So this is beautiful. My great says Sukadeva Goswami, my dear king, we have put before me an excellent question. Discourses concerning the activities of the Lord, in which the glories of his devotee are also found, are extremely pleasing to the devotees. So this Narsingha Prahlāda Narsingha Lila, where the not only the glories of the Lord is narrated, also the glories of his devotees also found, and that is extremely pleasing to devotees. Such a wonderful topics always counteract the miseries of materialistic way of life. Therefore, great sages like Narada always speak upon this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, because it gives one facility to hear and chant about the wonderful activities of the Lord. Let me offer respectful obeisance unto Srila Vyasadeva and then begin describing topics concerning to the activities of the Lord. So this is a very great sage Sukadeva Goswami said very nice that when there is a activities of the Lord along with activities of God is found, its devotees is found, it is more releasing. It will counteract all the misery of life. Therefore, Bhagavatam is nothing but the full of narration of the supreme glorious activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priya Jasmin Paramahansam Ekam Amalam Jnanam Paramagyate. Paramahansam, these great devotees also described. So it is more realizable. Therefore, Narada Muni, here Sukadeva Goswami said that Narada Muni always speaks on Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam is more realizable, because it has not only contained the glorious activities of the Lord, also the glorious activities of his devotees. So on these notes we should start. And today we will be discussing about the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. So Prahlāda Mahārāja, why it is important? Prabhupada has written a transcendental teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. Actually, today I am going to speak based on that book only. And also, which is the chapter 7, canto 7, chapter 6, and all the verses. So, why the Prahlāda Mahārāja teaching has been included in great Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Mahapurana, Vedanta, sarva Vedanta, sara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam isyate, Brahma Sutram. So why it is included? Because Prahlāda Mahārāja is a Mahajana. Our learning is perfect when we learn from Mahajana, because Mahajana, they knows the essence of scriptures. They know the secrets. Therefore, it is recommended by Shastra, one should follow the formula, the process advocated by Mahajan. Then our learning, our understanding will be perfect and complete and lead to our success. This is stated in this beautiful verses. Mahajana jena gatasa pantha. So this is very important point actually. He say that this is given by I think this is spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tarko pratishtha sutaya vivinna naso rushijasya matam navinam dharmasya tattam nitam guyayam mahajana jena gatasa pantha. So we should follow the Mahajana. If one is not following Mahajana, then he is actually independent. He is orphan. So Prabhupada always say, he goes to so many centers. In 14 years, 14 times he traveled across the globe to teach, to propagate Krishna consciousness. And while he was on the tour, whenever he meets, he always asks, under which guidance you are practicing Krishna consciousness. That is important. If you are orphan, you are independent. No. Neophyte can never be independent. They have to be under the guidance of somebody senior. So here it says that everybody should under the guidance of Mahajanas. They are transcendental professor. Just like we go to college, university, we learn from a professor, mathematics professor, science professor, Similarly, we should have a professor, transcendental. Mahajanas are called transcendental professor. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, dry arguments are inconclusive. Otherwise, if we are not under the transcendental professor, under the proper guidance of Mahajan, then simply we will argue. It is inconclusive. A great personality whose opinion does not differ from other is not considered great sage. Simply by studying the Veda, which are variegated, one cannot come to the right path by which religious principles are understood. Solid truth of religious principle is hidden in the heart of an unadulterated, self-realized person. They are called transcendental professor. Unadulterated, self-realized person, a pure devotee coming from the chain of disciplic successor. So, consequently, Shastra confirm one should accept whatever the progressive path Mahajana advocate. This is the injunction of Shastra. You want to learn, you want to know, you have to accept the progressive path advocated by Mahajanas. Otherwise, there is no way we can. This is spoken by Yudhishthira Maharaj. We cannot come into the conclusion what is right, what is. We will be misled. Therefore, our first thing is that Adu Guru Asraya. First thing is Acharya Ban Veda. We cannot understand the Veda without surrendering to Acharya. Therefore, Krishna also says you should approach a self-realized soul to understand the science of Krishna consciousness. So who are these Mahajanas? The Mahajanas are also given. There are 12 Mahajanas. You say that 12 Mahajana has been given. They are the transcendental professor or the authority Swayambur, Narada, Sambhu, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahlāda, Janaka, Visvambhālir, Vaishākhir, Vayam. So Prahlāda is one of the Mahajana. Therefore, the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja is bona fide, authentic, and everybody must follow the Mahajana. Therefore, the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja is incorporated or included in great Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Mahapurana. On these notes, we start the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. So, Prahlāda Mahārāja's teaching started in Canto 7, Chapter 6. He was teaching to his pure, demoniac, pure colleagues, children. So, he started with the beautiful verses. That Kaumar acharate pragyat harman bhagavata dullava manusyam janma tadopi adurbam arthana. Very, very important verses, frequently quoted by the Srila Prabhupada. Prahlāda Mahārāja says, one who is sufficiently intelligent should use the human form of body from the very beginning of life. In other words, from the tender age of childhood to practice the activities of devotional service. Giving up all other engagement, the human body is most rarely achieved, and although temporary like other body, it is meaningful because in human life, one can perform devotional service. Even the slightest amount of sincere devotional service can give one complete perfection. Very beginning, Prahlāda Mahārāja teaches that Krishna consciousness should begin, or spirituality begin from childhood. Why? Why not in the favorite, old man favorite recreation? Nowadays, people are thinking the spirituality is the old man favorite recreation. I have retired, I have done and dusted with my sense gratification, all my materialistic activities. Now let me go and to Dham, Char Dham Jatra, this Dham Jatra. So that is not the thing. Because, see, human life is temporary. Although, first of all, the human life is very rare. Dullava manusya deham, dehinam khenavangura. Dullava, very, very dullava. Very rare. Because after evolving, transmigrating from 8.4 million species of life, one can come to the human form of life. Therefore, it is called rare. Only the 5% out of 8.4 million is manusya. So it is dullava. And also, although it is rare, but it is temporary. Temporary, like any other body. It can be lost any moment. We never know. Padam padam yad vipadam. Anytime it can be. Vutta vutta praliyate, temporary. Padam padam yad vipadam. Anytime it can be lost. We can never guarantee. It's a rented house. This body is a rented house. Yesterday I posted that the body is not our own. It's a rented house. And the contract is already signed. We never have idea what is my contract period. What is the expiry of non-renewable contract. You cannot renew, sir, my dear Mr. Death, I will bribe you. Please extend my time. No. Nobody can extend. Nobody can surpass the inevitable death. Despite our opulences, riches, all the things. So therefore, we do not know that when the contract is going to expire, and it is a non-renewable contract. We are in a rented house. We are the human spirit soul rented in this house, body. So this human form of life, which is very, very rare, and it can be lost any moment. We never know. There is this Bilvamangal Thakur say that Nishwasa nahi vishwasa kada ruddha bhavishyati. Nishwasa, I am breathing. Tomorrow morning I may not breathe. I cannot guarantee that. At least Parikshit Maharaj has got some notice. But here there is no notice period. There is no notice period. Anytime it can be. Padam padam yad vipadam. So therefore it is very, it can be adhurbam. Adhurbam means it is temporary. But it has got a unique opportunity. Therefore, Prahlāda Mahārāja said the Krishna consciousness must begin from the childhood. Because who can say that I am not nearing to death? When Prabhupada was asked that who is the oldest, Prabhupada said, you are an old man. Prabhupada said, no, I am not an old man. You are also an old man. Prabhupada argued back. He told, Prabhupada explained that who is not an old man. What is old man? Old man means nearing to death. Now, how can you guarantee that a child who is born is not nearing to death? He is also an old man. Not only that, the child in the womb also, he can die. There is abortion, there is so much unnatural death. That you cannot guarantee. Therefore, very beginning, why childhood? Because up to 5 years he cannot practice. 5 years means tender age, he can practice. So therefore it is said that Kaumara acharate pragya, from the 5 years onwards you should start. Because any time it will be lost, then this opportunity of human life is very, very rare. And in this human form of life, only one can practice devotional service, not any other form. Why particularly human form? Because other form do not have that privilege. We have got this prerogative. Human form of life has got a prerogative to practice Krishna consciousness, devotional service. Krishna say in this verse that by creating the forms of trees, reptiles, animals, birds, snakes, and on snakes own, the Lord was not satisfied within his heart. Then he created human life, which offers the conditioned soul sufficient intelligence to perceive the absolute truth, become pleased. So Krishna himself very pleased after the creation of this human form of life, because human form of life has got an opportunity, unique opportunity. Although it is temporary, it is rare, it is temporary, it can be lost any moment, still it has got a unique opportunity. Ardhubham arthadam. It can practice devotional service. Dharman Bhāgavatam iha. Prahlāda Mahārāja say one should begin practice Bhāgavatam. Because Swarpam apyasya dharmasya, even somehow or another, one dies also if he has practiced little bit of. Krishna say Bhagavad Gita 240, Swarpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahad bhayat. Somehow he has practiced little Krishna consciousness. His next life is human being. He will not go down to animal life. Then it takes millions of years to come back to human form of life. So therefore, it is stated that therefore Prahlāda Mahārāja said that one should begin Krishna consciousness, because the human form of life is, although temporary, it has got some meaning. Artha means meaning, value. It has got some value. Artha means value. Anartha means no value. So value is there. What is the value? We can go back to Godhead. In the next verse, he is telling, Prahlāda Mahārāja is speaking that yathā puruṣasyeha viṣṇu pādopasarpaṇam. So what is that value? Human form of life affords one a chance to return home back to Godhead. That is the value. Therefore, he said that adhurbam arthadam, although it is temporary, it has got value. This value is one can go back to Godhead. It affords one a chance to return home back to Godhead. Therefore, every living entity, especially in human form of life, must engage in devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord Viṣṇu. This devotional service is natural because Lord Viṣṇu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the most beloved master of the soul, well-wisher of all other living. So he tells that this devotional activity is not so difficult. Something new, no, something new is very difficult. They say that, what is that? Known devil is better than unknown angel. Here it is known angel better than unknown devil. So here Prahlāda Mahārāja says it's a known angel, not an unknown devil. Because we have a natural attraction. We are all part and parcel of the Lord. We belong to Krishna. So we have a natural attraction for the Krishna. Just like father and child. Krishna say, Sarva-joni sukonteya aham bija pradapita. So father-son relationship is always, always natural. Sarvajoni sukantya muttaya sambhamaniya teisam brahma mahat jonir aham bija pradapita. Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, it should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in the material nature. That I am the seed-giving father. If Krishna is father, and devotional service means Sarvanam, Kirtanam, viṣṇoḥ. Devotional service means for Viṣṇu or Krishna. Loving service to the Lord. This is natural, because father-son relationship is very natural. So there is no difficulty that, oh, something new I have to think of that, how to do this, no, how to create. No, it's not an orientation program. It's a reorientation program. It's awakening. Already it is there. Love is just like a father-son. Love is already there. Somehow son and father become, split, or one can say strange. But the natural attraction is there. It can be revived. It can be awakened. So it's easy. Don't worry, it's easy. This is the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. Don't worry that is something new and very difficult. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say also, Krishna prema nitya siddha sadhu kavanaya. Krishna prema nitya siddha sadhu kavanaya sravanadi sudhe chitte karya. Nitya siddha Krishna prema sadhya kabunaya sravanadi sudhe chitte karya uddaya. Pure love for Krishna is eternally established in the heart of living entity. It is not something to gain by from another source, to be gained from another source. When the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, this love naturally happens. So this is a natural thing, so it's not very difficult. Just like matchbox. See, this matchstick, you can rub on the any other surface, fire will not come. When that matchsticks will come in contact with the matchbox, automatically the natural connection is there. Not only that, again there's a very good point he said in that verse. He said that Viṣṇu is always well-wisher. Sarvada Śrīdam sarva-bhūtānāṁ. Śrīdam means always well-wisher. Prabhupada always writing, your well-wisher Bhakti Vedanta Swami. He cannot be otherwise. Prabhupada says, I am always writing well-wisher. I cannot be otherwise. Pure devotee also well-wisher. Krishna also well-wisher. He is waiting for us when he will come back. He is more interested to bring us back than we are interested. We are adamant. We are very obnoxious and very obstinate. Obnoxiously obstinate. We are obnoxiously obstinate not to reconcile with our Father. We are so adamant. We are, very presumptuously adamant not to reconcile, not to come to Krishna. But Father is always well-wisher and affectionate. So therefore there is no problem for anybody to take up this devotional service, particularly human form of life. Krishna is very much a well-wisher. He is Svidam sarva-bhūtānāṁ. There's a very nice verse. He says that Krishna is waiting for us. Actually, how well-wisher he is. Krishna is, there's a Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the beautiful verses. He says that Krishna is waiting for us. Asmin ihanaiva bhavi bhavi mad unmukha iti asasya tavayatam naritasmi sadaignavat. So here it is said that for so long hope had me dancing like a fool, thinking perhaps in this lifetime or this, he will finally turn his face towards me. So here, very nice, Krishna is waiting, having hope that we will come back. How much a well-wisher. He is always accompanying with us as a super soul, to directing the conditioned soul to come, turn his face towards the Lord. Who can be accompanying with us? We betrayed him. We have extricated him. We have estranged him from our heart. Still, he is, as a father, affectionate father, well-wisher father, he is accompanying us as a super soul, life after life after life, and hoping that we will turn the face. He is waiting for that. Just come one step, he is ready to come to 9th step to take us back to God. ready to forgive. Sarva-dharman parityāja māmekam saranam vraja, tvam sarva pāpebhyo mokshaye. That is how merciful Lord is. Kambadalum saranam vrajema, kambadalum. Who can be more merciful than? So this is the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. We will go to third verse. He say very nice verse. All the verses are so important, and it can be one class. Sukham aindrikya daitam deho yogena dehinam sarvatra labhyate daivad yathā dukkham atyanta. Prahlāda Mahārāja said that, my dear friend, born of demoniac families, the happiness perceived with reference to sense object by contact with body can be obtained by any form of life, according to one's past fruitive activity. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor, just as we obtain this. So what is the impediment, sir? What is the impediment? Very natural. Lord is well-wisher. We have a natural relationship with Lord. What is the impediment that we are not interested in the Lord? Here it is said that this is the thing, sense gratification. We want to enjoy the sense separately from Krishna. Krishna bhuliye jivo bhagavancha kare nikatastha mayatare jhapatiyada. So we want to sense gratify. But here it is said that this sense gratification process is obtained in any form of life. Even a reptile flies, he is having sex, he is eating, sleeping, mating, depending. What is the great deal of this? Any form we can get it, according to our past activity. Automatically obtained, just like happiness is obtaining without endeavor, distress also is obtaining. So why we are wasting time after the happiness? This happiness also illusory happiness. It is there according to our activities, fruitive activities. A dog is getting his quota of happiness. A hog is getting his happiness. Hog also very happy, eating abominable low things, lower thing, abominable thing. And camel is happy, eating his own blood, thorn. Who is not happy? Every species of life, according to fruitive activities, they are getting happy and distress quota. So why you are wasting time and procrastinating? Procrastination is a thief of time. Don't think that only human form of life I can enjoy. Oh no, a dog is enjoying. Either you enjoy on the road or enjoy in the 5-star hotel. That doesn't matter. The happiness same derive the same happiness. While eating, we get quench our. While drinking, quench our thirst. Even a dog is drinking, is quench our thirst. Dog is eating, he is filling his stomach, getting pleasure. We are eating in a 5-star hotel. Same thing, filling the stomach. Therefore, it's a beautiful verse says that Tasyeva heta praiteta kovida. Very important verses Narada Muni spoke to Vasudev. Tasyeva heta praiteta kovida nalavyate yad brahmatam apriyadda tallavyate dukkavad anyat sukam kalena sarvata gaviram hansa. Person who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful which is not obtainable even by wandering from topmost planet Brahmaloka down to the lowest planet Patal. As far as happiness is derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time. Just in course of time we obtain misery, even though we do not desire. See, therefore, there is no meaning of wasting time in the endeavoring for this sense gratification. Gratifying the sense. That is our problem. That is our root cause of our bondage. Our bondage is due to this problem. We are. This is saying by Pingala, very nice verse. He say that material desire is undoubtedly cause of greatest unhappiness. Freedom from such desire is the cause of greatest happiness. Therefore, completely cutting off our desire to enjoy so-called lovers, Pingala very happily went to sleep. This is our problem. Sense enjoyment, wasting time, which is available in every species of life. Therefore, the next verse, Prahlāda Mahārāja is instructing that endeavor merely for sense gratification or material happiness through economic development are not to be performed. for they result only in loss of time and energy, with no actual profit. If one's endeavor are directed toward Krishna consciousness, one can surely attain the spiritual platform of self-realization. And no such benefit from engaging oneself in economic development. Very, very straightforward. Over-endeavoring or over-endeavoring for economic development, as far as bodily maintenance is concerned, one should only endeavor for the basic necessity. Otherwise, no profit. Kamasya nendriya priti lava jivet javat. Kamasya nendriya priti lava jivet javat. Jivasya tattva jigyasa narthasya karma bhi. Life desire should never be aimed at gratifying sense. One should desire to live only because human life enables one to inquire about absolute truth. This should be the goal of all. So we should not endeavor for economic development. No. The previous verse he say that actually dharmasya pavargasya na artha upakalpate. All occupational engagement, dharma, are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. They should never be performed for material gain. No. Whole idea is to get liberation. That should be the duty. Otherwise, waste of time, useless labor. What is the use of that we are wasting? Rishivadev is saying 551. What is that? Very nice verse. Very nice verse. He say that nayam deha dehavajam niloke kastam kaman arati vidbujam topo divyam putrika jena sattam suddhati jasmat brahma sutyam. He say that my dear boys, all the living entities who have accepted the material body in this world, one who has been awarded this human form should not work very day and night. First, day and night simply for sense gratification, which is available even for dogs and hogs, that is true. We should not go for economic. That is, we should maintain as far as body, body and soul together, self-preservation. Because time and tide never wait for anybody. Over-endeavoring only for Bhagavatam, I have given a class. That is perfection. Bhagavatam means Krishna consciousness, bhakti. Over-endeavoring, atyahara, prayasa, these are the detrimental. That is unfavorable for advancement of bhakti. That is the blockers. They are called anartha. Anartha means which impedes the value of life, which blocking the value of life, ultimate goal of life. So they are called anartha, they are blockers. So therefore one should not. Dharma sanustita punsam vishwaksana kathausi janna. He say that all your occupation, if it is not dharma sanustita punsam, dharma sanustita punsam vishwaksana kathausi notpadade jadiratim sarva-bhūtānāṁ kavalam. Useless labor, waste of time. Therefore one should not only for work only for economic, live for only economic development. No, because money will come and I want to enjoy senses. Nehat karma dharmaya na vairagya kalpate na titta pādopasarpaṇam jivanapi mutpaise. You say that anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life, anyone whose religious ritualistic performance do not raise him to renunciation, and anyone situated in renunciation that does not lead him into devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead must be considered dead, although he is breathing. That is the goal of work. So therefore the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja so beautifully. He says that it should not be economic development. Therefore, in material existence, a person who bhavam asritam, a person who is competent to distinguish wrong from right, must endeavor to achieve the highest goal of life, as long as body is taught strong and is not embarrassed by dwindling. Wow, very nice verse. So he say that, so that therefore, to understand that purpose of life to go back to Godhead, unnecessary over-endeavoring or engaging yourself for economic development, for the sense gratification which is available in every form of life. Even dogs, hawks, flies also they have a sex. So, but therefore, those who are intelligent, person who is fully competent to distinguish wrong right, must endeavor to active high score. They should endeavor for the goal of life to go back to Lord. As long as body, although body is temporary, it can be lost any moment. As long as body is taut and strong, is not embarrassed by dwindling. As long as you are not old, you are young. Therefore, he says the Kaumara Acharita, beginning with 5 years. Do it. We never know when can be lost. Let's do it. Let's do it. Nike slogan. Do it. Let's do it. Because we never know tomorrow we can see the sunrise or not. Therefore, there is a saying that you should practice Krishna consciousness as if there is no tomorrow. And if you enjoy the senses, you always think, I have millions of lifetime, like Brahmaji. You can procrastinate all the sense gratification thing, but not the Krishna consciousness. This verse also there in this, another place. Labdha sudulabham idam bahu sambambate. See, same verses is there. Labdha sudulabham idam bahu sambambante manusyam arthadam anityam apiyadirat tunnam jatita napate danumurtu. Before the death comes, nishresa vishaya kalu sarvatasyat. He says that after many, many birth and death, one active rare human form of life, which although temporary affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body, which is always subject to death, see, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable spaces of life. Whereas Krishna consciousness possible for human being. It's a unique opportunity. Although there are so many, adversity, despite many adversities of human form of life, there is one unique quality, unique opportunity. That is that Krishna consciousness is possible for human being, not any other species. So then Prahlāda Mahārāja is speaking about very nice, actually, very nice teaching. Every human being has maximum duration of life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu released Prahlāda Mahārāja teaching every day. He used to go to Tota Gopinath, to where Gadadhar Pandit was there. And he used to hear from him discuss Prahlāda, teaching of Prahlāda and Dhruva Maharaj. Prabhupada also has given extensive lecture, purport, wonderful purport this chapter. Every human being has a maximum duration of life of 100 years. But for one who cannot control his sense, half of those years are completely lost. Because at night he sleeps 12 hours, being covered by ignorance. Therefore, such a person has a lifetime only 50 years. Let's say we have got only 100 years. We have all, supposing we have got the 100 years only. So out of 100 years, 50 years we are sleeping. 12 hours we are sleeping. Somebody may say that, sir, I am not sleeping 12 hours. You are preparing to sleep. It added you are preparing to sleep. You may sleep 6 hours, 8 hours. Preparing to sleep is 4 hours. So 12 hours you are sleeping. 50 years is gone simply because sleeping is ignorance, mode of ignorance. Then he says that 50 years you are lost now. Now supposing, let's say 100 years. Prayana alpa ayusha kalo asmin yuge. In this age of Kali, maximum 100. Although nobody lives for 100 nowadays, and still 100 means 50 years, you are 50% gone by sleeping. In the tender age of childhood, when everyone is bewildered, one passes 10 years. Because child do not know anything. 10 years gone. Similarly, boyhood engaged in sporting and playing, one passes another 10 years. Another 10 years sports, cricket, football, this, that, IPL. In this way, 20 years are wasted. The 50 plus 20, 70 gone, another 30 years. Similarly, in old age, one is an invalid, unable to perform even material activity. One passes another 20 years wasted. 80 to 100 years. Totally 50 sleeping, 10 childhood, 10 youthhood, 70 plus 20 is old age. How much we left? Only 10 years. So that 10 years also, it is said that one whose mind and senses are uncontrolled become increasingly attached to family life because of insatiable lusty desire, very strong illusion. In such a madman's life, the remaining years are also wasted because even during those years, he cannot engage himself in devotional. These 10 years period of time, where the middle period we get married with family, children, relatives, sense gratification is at peak, career is at peak, form. There's a said cricketer, his form is at peak, career is at peak. So the peak of sense gratification, that 10 years after getting married, oh, those who are not controlling senses, they are completely mad and they cannot engage in devotional service. Busy. Chronic disease. No time, no time. Sir, come to temple. No time, no time. What are you doing, sir? Sir, what is your work? No time. I'm busy. What is your busy? Here it is says, Sukadev Goswami say, how they are busy. How they are busy? Nidrate hiryate naktam vyabhavena chavavaya divacharthya rajan kutumba bharanena va. The lifetime such envious householder is passed at the night either in sleeping or in sex indulgent, in the daytime either in making money, maintaining family. Very pity, very pity. That 10 years also, which has got opportunity, if they practice devotional service, they can go back to Godhead. Krishna is waiting for sarva-dharman parityāja. I will past things, I will make it reset, redeem, absolve your all nonsense, but you have to surrender. That 10 years, if somebody engages in service, he can progress in Krishna consciousness, go back to Godhead. But no, they are blind, they are thinking completely absorbed in that dehapatra kalatrudasu atmasannyasosotapi tesam pramata nidanam pasyana pina pasyanti. Person who devoid of Atma Tattva do not inquiry into the problem of life, being too attached to the fallible soldier like the body, children, wife. Although sufficiently experienced, still they do not see their inevitable destruction. So they are completely engrossed in family life. They do not see, they're blind and their illusion. You say that there's a beautiful verses. You say that punsa striya mithuni bhav metam tayur mito udaya ganti mau oto gruha khetra sutapta vite dhanasya maham mameti. The attraction between male female is the basic principle of material existence. And the basis of misconception which ties together heart of the male and female. One become attracted to his body, home, property, children, relative, wealth. In this way, and increases the life illusion, thinking in terms of I and mine. So these 10 years lost on this, in this conception of I and mine, my body, myself, my family, my children, blah, 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 and all sense gratification process, they have oblivion to their destruction and they lost their valuable time. The 10 years also, the 10 years also lost. That 10 years also it is lost. Then, so he say that in such madman's life, remaining years also wasted because even during these years, he cannot engage himself in devotional service. Now, Prahlāda Mahārāja says, what person to attach to household life due to being unable to control his senses can liberate himself? An attached householder is bound very strongly by the ropes of affection for his family, wife, children, other relatives. Oh, so how he can liberate? No chance. He is at supposing a person is bound. How can he liberate himself? Somebody is liberated, he can only. Tepi satanto urudhamni baddha. They are urudhamni. Tight rope. He was bound with family attachment. Gruhakshetra sutapta viteir. So much attachment. How he can release himself? That is not possible. A bound man cannot release himself. That is not possible. Therefore, strongly by ropes of affection of family. So he cannot. Therefore, they say that the wedding ring is the smallest handcuff. It will bind us. Stated in this, Brahmaji is saying, not I am saying, Brahmaji saying. Brahma says that Tavat ragadayastena stavat karagraham griham tavan mohongiri nigada yavat Krishna nate janaha. My dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotee, their material attachment, desire and desire remain thieves, their home remain prisons, their affection net feeling for their family member remain food shackles. Precisely, Prahlāda Mahārāja is saying. Precisely. So he cannot liberate it because a person is already shackled, food shackles, with family entanglement in a prison house. How can he relieve? Money is so dear that one conceives money as being sweeter than honey. Therefore, who can give up the desire to accumulate money, especially in household? These professional servant, soldier, merchant try to acquire money even by risking their very dear life. This is bang on, because without money, how to maintain the family? How to have a sense gratification? Buy this apartment, this condo, this car, that iPhone, and so phone, laptop, go traveling to overseas, all these things, only money, 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 sweeter than honey, brighter than sunshine. So here it is say that wealth is a perpetual source of distress. It is most difficult to acquire. It is virtual death for the soul. Therefore, what satisfaction does actually gain from the wealth? Similarly, how can one enjoy any genuine happiness from those things that are gained or maintained by one's hard-earned money, such as home, children, relative, domestic animals, since they are all temporary? It's temporary. One verse before, actually, forget. One verse before also it is said that Sri Prabhupada, Sri Prabhupada say, accepting the role of male, female human society, the conditioned soul unite in sexual relationship, that they constantly make their material endeavor to eliminate their unhappiness, unlimitedly increase their pleasure. But one should see that they inevitably achieve exactly the opposite result. Otherwise, their happiness inevitably vanishes as they grow older, their material discomfort increases. So this is the thing, that everything after money, 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 but get the money and enjoy. But here saying that no, it's temporary. It vanishes as you old. And the virtual death for the soul, money. Money is a virtual death. Another verses also say that arthendriyam. So for the human society, constantly thinking of how to earn money, apply it for sense gratification, bring about the destruction of everyone's interest. When one becomes devoid of knowledge and devotional service, he enter into the species of like those of trees and stones. How dangerous repercussion! People wasting time, money, 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 over endeavoring for family life, want to become happy, getting money only happy now. Otherwise, how? How can one, a person who is most affectionate to the family, the core of his heart being always filled with the picture, give up their association? Especially wife is always very kind, sympathetic, always please her husband in a solitary place. Who could give up the association of such dear affectionate wife? Small children talks in broken language, very pleasing to hear. Their affectionate father always think of their sweet word. How could he give up their association? One's elderly parents, one's son and daughter are also very dear. A daughter is especially dear to her father. While living in her husband's house, she is always in his mind. Who could give up that association? Aside from this household affair, there are many decorated items, household furniture. There are also many more servants. Who could give up such comfort? Attached household like a silk one which wears a cocoon in which it becomes imprisoned, unable to get out simply for the satisfaction of two important sense, genitals and the tongue. One is bound by material condition. How can one escape? Prahlāda Mahārāja is raising question, how one can escape? Very difficult. Attachment is so strong, very difficult. How can he give up association? Therefore, whole Krishna consciousness is practicing detachment, because attachment will causes the problem. Let's go to this verse first. Mahat seva dwaram ahur vimukta tamoddaram jositam sangi sangam. He says that one can attain path of liberation from material bondage only by rendering service to highly advanced spiritual personality. For those who are not interested in such activity, who associate with people fond of women's sex, the path of hell is wide open. So, this is the thing. Family life is leads to, what do you say, hell, leads to hellish life. So, therefore, very difficult. The association is very, attachment is so strong. It's very difficult to give up this attachment. Very difficult to give up. So therefore, it is therefore Prahlāda Mahārāja is saying how one can escape. So attached, one is so attached, very difficult to escape. One who is too attached cannot understand that he is wasting the valuable life for maintenance of his family. He also fails to understand that the purpose of human life suitable for realization of absolute truth is being imperceptibly spoiled. However, he is very cleverly attentive to seeing that not a single farthing is lost by mismanagement. Thus, although an attached person in material existence always suffers from threefold misery, he does not develop a distaste for the way of material existence. So strong word, so bang on. So they are always busy. Why they are busy? They always engage, very busy. Busy fools. Why busy? To maintain the family. They should always ensure that no time is wasted. My time is always thinking of this stock market, that stock market, this investment, that investment, how to maintain his family. For that I need money. Thinking of money, thinking of money. That is their thing. On the other hand, those who are devotees, they say that, what is that? And they do not want to waste one moment of time. They do not want to 23, 18, 19. Say that they do not want to waste any time. Abhyartha kalatam. Abhyartha, those who are advanced in devotional service, they'll alert that whether the moment is misused. This is the difference between a materialistic and devotee. Neophyte devotee also sometimes they waste time unnecessary scrolling, and busy all the thing. No. We should ensure that 24 hours at our disposal, any moment we can die. Better to time waste. Do not waste your time. Prabhupada always say that do not waste your time. Chanakya Punta say that you cannot gain your time at the expense of millions of coins. So therefore, these people, materialistic people, what they do, they spoil their life. Simply valuable life, too attached. Over attachment is not good. One should not overly attached to family. It is stated in so many verses that one should not, in 1754, let's see. So whole attachment to this, all the thing, my family, my daughter, my son will get married, will get job, then only I will retire to the Vrindavan. This is also useless. Prabhupada say, what is this? And waiting for that everybody will be settled, then I will retire to Vrindavan with a bead bag, and all the money I have accumulated, wasted my time without attending classes, without hearing, simply putting tilak. Weekend devotee, Sunday devotee, and trying to go back to Godhead. What is this nonsense, Prabhupada? All your money giving to your children and everything, and coming with bid back to Vrindavan, thinking that I will go back to Godhead. I am a great devotee. I am a great renounce. Association of children, wife, relative, friend is just like a brief meeting of traveler. With each change of body, one is separated from all such associates. Just as one loses subject, one possesses in a dream when dream is over. Try to understand that. How this, do not be so overly attached. A householder taking care of many dependent family members should not become materially attached to them, nor should he become mentally unbalanced. Considering himself to be a lord, an intelligent householder should see that all possible future on her happiness, just like that which he has already experienced in temporary. So therefore it is said that one should be like a guest. You say that deeply considering the actual situation, a liberated soul should live at the home just like a guest without any sense of proprietorship or false ego. In this way, he will not be bound and tangled by domestic affairs. See, this is the way that we should live. For overly attached, you cannot understand. Bhagavasya-prasakthanam, Krishna also say, if you are too attached to this family life, and then you cannot. Bhagavasya-prasakthanam taya pratachetasam. Vyavasaitmika buddhi samadhu na vidyate. Krishna says, in the mind of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment, material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to Supreme Lord does not take place. He cannot understand this knowledge. This knowledge is not revealed to him. Ignorance only. He completely not even know that he is suffering. Due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about his self-interest, auspicious path in life. He is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desire. Now all his plans are made for this purpose, for temporary sense gratification. Such a person creates a society of envy, and due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about this, because you are so much attached, you cannot know that how you are wasting your time imperceptibly. Do not know, imperceptibly you are wasting your time, and you are dragged to the death, every sunrise. If a person too attached to the duty of family maintenance is unable to control his sense, the core of his art is immense how to accumulate money, although he knows that who takes the wealth of others will be punished by the law of government and by the laws of Yamaraj after the continue cheating others to acquire. So money somehow and other, by hook and crook I get money, so that I can enjoy more and more. Because without money we cannot enjoy. Oh my Lord, son of demons, in this material world, even those who are apparently advanced in education have the propensity to consider this is mine, that is for others, though they are always engaged in providing necessity of life to their family in a limited conception of family life. Just like uneducated cats and dogs, they are unable to take spiritual knowledge. Instead, they are bewildered and overcome by ignorance. They have no idea. They are so limited. I and my platform. Aham mameti. This is my family. This is my children, my society, my country. They do not have the broad understanding. Because of ignorance, they do not know. Vimuda. My dear son of demons, it is said that no one bereft of knowledge of Supreme Personality of Godhead has been able to liberate himself from material bondage at any time, in any country. Rather, those bereft of knowledge of Lord are bound by material laws. They are factually addicted to sense gratification. Their target is woman. Indeed, they are actually plaything in the hand of attractive women. Victimized by such a conception of life, they become surrounded by children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So they are shackled to material bondage. Those who are very much addicted to this conception of life are called demons. Therefore, although you are the son of demons, keep aloof such a person, take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, origin of all demigods, because the ultimate goal of the devotee of Narayana is liberation from the bondage of material existence. So very nicely spoken, very, very beautiful verses. So here is saying that knowledge is important. Without knowledge, you cannot get out. We cannot get out from this. A very nice verse. He say that Lord Shiva has spoken. Now the transcendental knowledge is very important. He said that in this material world there are different type of achievement, but all of them achievement, knowledge is considered to be the highest, because one can cross the ocean of science only on the boat of knowledge. Otherwise, ocean is impassable. You cannot get out without knowledge. Anybody who is bereft of knowledge, Prahlāda Mahārāja says, same thing. Krishna also say that that even if you are considered to be the most sinful of all sinners, when you are situated in the boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be crossed over the ocean of misery. As a blazing fire turns fire to the ashes, or Arjuna who does, so does the fire of knowledge born to the ashes, all reaction to the material activity. Knowledge is important. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this verse is there, where he says that in the conditioned soul, if the conditioned soul become Krishna consciousness by the mercy of saintly person who voluntarily preach scriptural injunction and help him to become Krishna consciousness, conditioned soul is liberated from clutches of Maya. Next verses also he say that the Maya Mugdha Jivera, Maya Mugdha Jivera Nai Swartha Krishna Gana. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort, but out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literature and supplement the Puranas. So these books are there to read, to get the knowledge, hear from the authority and get the knowledge to get out from the material existence. It's not for the fun, The forgetful condition is educated by Krishna through the Vedic literature, the realized spiritual master and the super soul. Through these, he can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is, and he can understand that Lord Krishna is his eternal master, delivered from the clutches of Maya. In this way, one can acquire the real knowledge of his conditioned life, can come to the understand how to attain liberation. Therefore, without knowledge, one cannot get out from this family attachment. Very, very difficult. Very, very difficult to understand. Therefore, Prahlāda Mahārāja is saying that nobody can liberate himself from the material bondage who is bereft of the knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is very, very important point. Once, therefore, he says that one should approach spiritual master to get the knowledge. Knowledge is important. Knowledge guides our action. Nobody can be perfect without perfect knowledge. And nobody can act perfectly without perfect knowledge. So therefore, my dear son, demon Supreme Personality of God, Narayana is the original super soul, father of all living entity. Consequently, there are no impediment to pleasing him or worshipping him under any condition. Whether one be a child or an old man, the relationship between living entity and Supreme Personality of God, it is always a fact. Therefore, there is no difficulty in pleasing the Lord. No difficulty, because we have Aham Vijaprara Pita, Krishna is seed giving father, sarva joni sukanteya. Not only human form, every form of life is the Supreme and the well-wisher. Suhidam sarvadehina, well-wisher for everybody, not that well-wisher for a human being, not for cat and dog. Let's kill cat and dog, cows. Supreme Personality of God is Supreme Controller who is infallible, indefatigable, is present in different form of life from the inert living. So he is everywhere actually. Only is manifested to devotee, is not manifested to non-devotee. Non-devotee is Nam Sarva Suprakasa, Yogo Maya Samarpita. But devotee can see him, so no difficulty. Therefore, my dear young friends, born of demons, please act in such a way that Supreme Lord, who is beyond the consciousness of material knowledge, will be satisfied. Give up your demoniac nature, act without enmity duality. Show mercy to all living entity by enlightening them in devotional service, thus becoming their well-wisher. Very nice verse. Practice and preach. So he is now concluding his thing. He says, you practice and preach. Practice the devotional service. Practice the devotional service. The Supreme Personality of Godhead will be satisfied. That is our main point. Central point is how the Supreme Bhakti Tutasya Bhagavana, how he can be satisfied. Bhakti Tutasya Bhagavana. With Bhaktya Mama Vijananti Javanja. Through bhakti, only he can be satisfied. Bhaktya Tutasya Bhagavana. You want to satisfy Bhagavana, only bhakti. Krishna pleases by the devotional service. This is stated in Prahlāda Mahārāja state that the Bhaktya Tutasya Bhagavan. Bhaktya Tutasya Bhagavan. By bhakti only you can please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No other thing. No other thing, no material thing you can please. Prahlāda Mahārāja says that one may possess wealth, aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, mystic yoga. But I think even by all this qualification, one cannot satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, one can satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this, thus the Lord was satisfied. Lord was satisfied with it. Therefore, it is said that Prahlāda Mahārāja was the best person in fellow. There's a beautiful verses in there. Sorry. He said that in this material world, to render service to the lotus feet of Govinda, cause of all causes, to see him everywhere is the only goal of life. This much alone is the ultimate goal of human life, as explained by all revealed scripture. So this bhakti is important, because that is the only goal of life, because it satisfies the Lord. Therefore, one should practice and preach. Preaching, those who are practicing and preaching is more dear. Krishna say that he is the most dearest to me. Yedam paramam guhyam madhabhakti su abhijasyati bhakti mai param kutta mam ivasyati asamsaya. For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotee, pure devotional service is guaranteed. At the end, he will come back to me. Then he said, he continues that nacha tasman manusyesu kassin me priyakrittamaha bhavita nacha me tasmad anya priyataro bhuvi. He said that the no one is so dear to me who preaches. There is no servant in this world more dear to me, nor will there be one more dear. So dearest, most dear is who preaches, because he is selfless. He preaches Krishna consciousness. He preaches by becoming well-wisher. So Krishna, this quality attracts Krishna more, because Krishna business is sarva-dharman, what is that? Paritranaya sadhuna vinasaya duskita. His whole idea of incarnation, coming to this material world to reclaim the conditioned soul. If anybody who is doing his business is very dearest, very dear to the Lord. My dear King Yudhishthira, the Brahmana, especially those engaged in preaching the glories of the Lord throughout the entire world, are recognized, worshipped by Supreme Personality of Godhead, with the heart and soul of all creation. Brahmanas, by their preaching, sanctify the three worlds with the dust of their lotus feet. Thus, they are worshipable even for Krishna. So, this is the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. So, to summarize, we have some other verses also there, but it is all same. All the same things. This is almost same concept. Prahlāda Mahārāja said, nothing is obtainable by devotees who have satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is everything. The Lord is reservoir of unlimited spiritual quality. For devotees, therefore, who are transcendental to modes of material nature, what is the use of following principle of religion, economic development, sense gratification, liberation, which are automatically obtainable under the influence of modes of nature? We, the devotee, always glorify lotus feet of the Lord, and therefore we need not ask for anything in terms of dharma, karma. Devotees are not interested in this. No. Because already Krishna, they satisfy Krishna means they can get everything. All dharma matra is nothing. They are insignificant. Insignificant. It is stated that insignificant. 3:29:13. He say that this is very insignificant. Say pure devotee do not accept even any kind of liberation. What to speak of dharma, artha, kama, moksha? Even though they are offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they do not like. It's not that they are bereft of. Krishna says, Yogokshamam Bahamiyam, I will give you everything. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Tatra Partha Dhanurdara. Everything is there. Sri Vijaya Bhutir, Durba Nitir Matir Mama. If you are with Krishna, then you get everything. You do not need to separately ask for anything. Krishna can give you. Devotee do not like. Krishna says, Yogokshamam Bahamiyam. 9:22. I will take care of the devotees. Not that I will take care of all these others. I will take care of devotee also. A human being who should never desire for promotion. There is a beautiful verses I forgot. He say that, which is verse this one? Forget. He say that even though they do not ask, Lord can give everything. Lord gives everything. So this is the thing, how Lord can give everything to the devotees, no? So therefore, one should not be asked for money. Oh, Krishna, give me that. Only na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam ba jagadishakam mama janmani janmani sare bhavatat. So simply one should ask for this one. Otherwise, Krishna can give everything. Everything that can be achieved by fruitive activity, penance, knowledge, detachment, mystic yoga, charity, religious duties, all other means of perfecting life is easily achieved by my devotee through loving service unto me. If somehow or other my devotee desire promotion to heaven, liberation, desire, or residence in my abode, he easily achieves such benediction. See, for them it is easy actually. The Lord gives everything. Lord gives himself to the devotee. What to speak of? So therefore, Prahlāda Mahārāja saying, no, don't go for this dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Go for bhakti, the highest. As compared to bhakti, this is insignificant. Devotee even don't care for this. Therefore, I consider them material. However, I consider surrendering to the lotus feet of the Lord to be transcendental. These are material things. It will be exhausted. It can be exhausted. You can go become Indra also, Brahma also. You can get Ferrari also. But it is temporary. Therefore, this is all material thing, temporary. But Prahlāda Mahārāja, I consider that surrendering to lotus feet of the Lord Viṣṇu to be transcendental. Bhakti is transcendental. Therefore, we should always ask for na dhanam na janam sundarim kavitam ba jagadishakam mama janmani janmani sare bhavatat. We should follow the prayer of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whenever we go to the Supreme Lord, ask for Supreme Lord, we should ask the na dhanam na janam sundarim. How the Prahlāda Mahārāja teaching, all other things are material, temporary. Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, well-wisher of friend of all living entity, formally explained. So here it is the last verse. He is saying that this knowledge, that Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, well-wisher, friend of all living entity, formally explained this transcendental knowledge to the great saint Narada. Such knowledge is extremely difficult to understand without mercy. We cannot understand who am I, who Supreme Lord is, what is my duty. The tattva, avidya tattva, sorry, sambandha jnana, avidya jnana, prayojana jnana. Who am I? What is my relationship with Lord? What is my relative duties? What is the perfection of life, goal of life? All these things can be understood through a bona fide spiritual master in disciplic success. Krishna say, evam parampara partha imam rajayusam. This parampara system you should follow. Therefore, Krishna say we should follow through, get the knowledge from parampara and approach tadvidi pranipatena pariprasana sevaya upadenkhyati jnanam ganinam tattadarshina. Just try to learn the truth approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, render service unto him. Self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. That is the important. This is the parampara, disciplic successor. Find a spiritual master. Prabhupada writing, the path of spiritual realization is undoubtedly difficult. The Lord therefore advises us to approach a bona fide spiritual master in the line of disciplic successor from the Lord himself. No one can be bona fide spiritual master without following the principle of disciplic successor. Lord is the original spiritual master. A person in disciplic succession can convey the message of the Lord as it is to his disciple. So therefore, one cannot be by manufacturing, I am Sadguru, I am this Guru, I am that Guru, I am mad Guru. No. One cannot be Guru without being authorized by another Guru. It's a disciplic successor. So we should approach Guru, which is a very high platform, realized soul, coming from a unbroken chain of authentic disciplic successor. Then only one can receive the knowledge. Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Kripa Pava Bhakti Lata. By the mercy of Krishna, one can Guru. The mercy of Guru, one can get the Guru and Krishna, one can get this knowledge and perfect the life. So this is the teaching of Narada Muni, Prahlāda Mahārāja to his very, very important teaching. How he started with how human form of life is very, very rare. and can be lost any moment, but it has got an opportunity. It afford an opportunity to go back to Godhead. Therefore, one should start from the beginning, from the Kaumara age of 5. Do not waste your time simply for sense gratification, which is available in dogs, hogs, any form of life. Particularly the money, family life is very, very entangling, very strong attachment, very difficult to escape. And nobody can escape without knowledge. And that knowledge can be received through a disciplic succession. What is that knowledge? That Supreme Lord is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. That is our criteria. Devotional service means how to satisfy the Anukulyena Krishnanusilana. How to satisfy the Bhaktya Puruṣasyeha Bhagavan by bhakti. And it is very natural, not difficult. It's not kind of orientation program, new program. It's already there. It has to be awakening. Due to ignorance, we have forgotten. It has to be awakening, revived. And it's a natural. Krishna is the well-wisher of everybody. He is the Father. So he is always ready to take us back. But we do not know. Due to ignorance, we are now so much attached, overly attached, over-endeavoring, overly attached to family. Therefore, we are over-endeavoring for the money, which is the cause of all destruction. It's temporary. We do not know that. This knowledge has to be received from the spiritual master, from a disciplic succession. Then we can make our life perfect. This is the teaching of Prahlāda Mahārāja. So human life is very rare. So start Krishna consciousness as soon as possible from the tender age. Do not waste time. Thank you very much. Jai Bhaktarangantara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Prahlāda Mahārāja ki jai. Jai Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Yes, material life is keeps the conditioned soul dancing like a fool. There's a verse is there also. 331-35. I'll show you last verse before I close. There's a verse is there. He say that infatuation and bondage which equate to a man from attachment to any other object is not as complete as resulting from attachment to woman and to the fellowship of woman. There's a dancing. Then the next verse is saying that previous verse is say that 331-34, 30, 34, 33, all the things. One should not associate with coarse-fool who is bereft of knowledge of self-realization, who is no more than a dancing dog in the hand of woman. It's a dancing dog. So there's a verse is there. It says that wife worshipper also, 11 canto. Anyway, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prahlāda Mahārāja ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.